Last week, I already started a new series. A lot of you are not here. Anybody else don't have? Okay, those of you who are not here last week in cell group, I just want to give you a quick overview of what is going on in our church. Some of you are new in our church. You're back from overseas or you just joined us this year. You have not gone through what we call Arise and Build. But if you come to church for the past few weeks, Pastor Kevin, Keith, and all of us, the leaders that are preaching, have been talking about this Arise and Build. What is Arise and Build? It is actually a season of our church. Every end of the year, for a few months, all the church members will pledge an amount to give sacrificially. It's more than your tithe, more than your offering, but it is an amount that we plan to give to pay off the building. We already moved into the building that you enjoy, but there are there's a big amount that we still owe the contractors and the banks, and we just got to clear out as soon as we can. We hope we only take a few years, we don't have to drag too long so that we are debt free and the property belongs to us. So I just want to explain one more time for those of you first time who have joined Arise and Build before. You will take part last year. Okay, so the rest of you is the first time. I'm going to explain to you how it works. But most importantly, it is not about the amount you give, it is really about your heart. Because Arise and Build is not just about the church only, it's really about your relationship with the church. Because as you give, you're part of the church, and because we are family. And then so last week, I already started to preach about reckless faith. We spent time praying also last week in cell group. We heard testimony from Sophia of how God has blessed her in the Arise and Build season. This week supposed to have Kevin Koo to share, but he last minute told me he has to go to KK, that's why he's not here tonight. He also have a very powerful testimony about how he gave Arise and Build, how he sacrificed with the leader that he has. At the end, you all know now he's so busy flying around because of all the open doors of events, and because he's a freelance event manager or doing event management. So he got so many business, he know it is because he gave to the building fund. He built the house of God, God will build your house. Amen? Yep. So today we want to continue to encourage each other with the Word of God, and so get ready for the Word. And this weekend will be the weekend, okay? This weekend, yes, we have a guest speaker, but it will tie up with the pledge. So pledge means you make a covenant or a vow, you fill up a card. We usually have mock pledge, but this year we don't have. Pledge means you fill up the card, and that's where you give an amount, and you are given a few months until next year, usually March or April, depends. So then in that few months, you're supposed to fulfill it. I know most of us are already working, so as a working adult, you have your allowance, and also you have debts and things like that to pay. You got to plan properly. Don't. I said last week, I said don't take it as a lottery. You know, like, okay, I'm gonna just put an amount, 500,000 like that. You hope that you pray, God, you see my amount, you got to bless me anyway. No. God needs us to operate in faith and wisdom, and also your planning. Okay, it's not like you try to. Then after that, if you didn't get the money, open door, you blame God. It's not like that. So you plan properly, and I believe you can do it. Amen. Yeah. So Arise and Build part 2, building the house of God. I want to talk about building the house of God in 1 Chronicles chapter 28, verse 10. You have it there? Yes. We read together. 1, 2, 3.
Consider now what the Lord has chosen you to build a house for the sanctuary. Be strong and do it.
That's right. The Bible says the Lord has chosen you. Turn to your neighbor and say, you have been chosen.
You have been chosen.
You have been chosen to build a house for God and be strong, the Bible says, and do it. Don't be afraid. Amen. I know every time there are all kinds of reaction every time there's a Rise and Build. Some are very excited, some are very scared. So I'm very fearful, like, very kanchong, Rise and Build again, because I need to forgo the shoe, I need to forgo the car, the house, computer, all the things that I want. Don't think that way, amen? Think that God is going to provide for you at the same time you can give.
Yeah.
You cannot think that you only have that amount that you can only spend on the thing you want, but you must think that God can increase the amount that you can give to church.
That's right.
At the same time fulfill the needs. Because God will never shortchange us. Never. Yes?
Yes.
So this is a 6th Arise and Build season, just for your information. Okay? And we have been taught so much about how God wants us to prosper. Why God wants to prosper you? There are 2 reasons. Number 1 is because God wants to establish His covenant with you, with all of us. God will not pour down money from heaven or let it just grow on trees. But rather God will give us the power, the ability and wisdom to get wealth. In Deuteronomy, the Bible says, it is God who gives you the power to get wealth. Why? Because so that He can establish His covenant with us. Secondly, why God wants to prosper us? Because so that we can give generously to the house of God.
Yep.
There's no reason why He wants us to be poor and live a miserable life. God wants all His children to prosper. Okay? But why are you not prospering? Unless you are not a good steward of the money. Unless you mishandle the wealth. You know, if you're a big spender, you don't plan your finances, no wonder you're never prosper, you know. It's not about, you know, I always believe you can live within your means. You know, but you say, oh, but I earn so little. If you earn 2,000, you can live within your means. I have seen people who are happy with just 2,000. When you have 10,000, you can still live within your means. You know, so it's how you plan your life and how you handle the money. You know, unless we make, why sometimes people are poor still, even though, you know, they earn a lot, they still think they are poor. You know, unless we make wealth more important than God, then somehow you always lose the money. Don't know why. Yeah. You know, so we need to know that, remember, God is not against us and having money. He's against money having us, holding our heart, controlling us. That you cannot let it go and cannot sacrifice, cannot be generous. Money is just a tool, okay? And it's the magnifier of character. I say it one more time. Money, talk about money, you know, it magnifies your character, correct or not?
Yeah.
讲情像感情, right? It takes on the character of that person, because money itself is neutral, right? It goes to a good hand, it becomes good. Go to a bad person's hand, money becomes bad.
Yeah.
That's what you do with it. One of the most foundational Bible verse for Christian faith is found in Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8 to 10.
Yep.
Found it? Say yes?
Yes.
Can we read together now? 1, 2, 3.
For by grace you have been saved through faith, and that not of yourself, it is the gift of God, not of works, lest anyone should boast. For we are His workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand, and we should walk in them.
We should walk in them. The Bible says we are saved by grace, through faith, for good works. Why are you saved? Because you're meant to do good works. Now the quest of Christian living is therefore to build a relationship with God. Okay, what is Christian living all about? It is to build relationship with God and to discover the good works which He has prepared for us to do. That means it's not good enough just, you know, okay, I know God already, I come to church, I'm saved. What's next? There is something that God wants you to do and you can be part of. And that is to build the house of God, to do the good works He has for you. In Nehemiah chapter 2 verse 18. You found it? Nehemiah chapter 2 verse 18. Ezra, Nehemiah. Someone read for me.
Nehemiah chapter 2 verse 18. And I told them of the hand of my God which had been good upon me, and also of the king's word that he had spoken to me. So they say, let us rise up and build. Then they set their hands to their good work.
They set their hands and go. It says, and they said, let us arise and build. And they set their hands to this good. That means everyone get involved. They don't want to just look and be a spectator, but they participate. Nehemiah discovered the ultimate good work that he should pursue in his life is to build the house of God. Yeah. You know, you can be very, very rich one day as a City Harvest member, but if you don't participate, you're always a spectator. As you continue to grow, why I want to grow my business? So that I can build the house of God, so that I can give to mission, I can help more people. Yes? I know you can do your own individual charity, okay, you can go and support this, but at the end of the day, but later we're going to learn why sowing back into the church is still the best. Okay, and what the Bible says, why the church is so important. Amen? Turn to the neighbor and say, you need to arise and build. Just like King David, Nehemiah set his affection on the house of God and challenged the children of Israel to arise and build. This is what I'm going to do right now, these few weeks, challenging you to participate together as a City Harvest member. If you're not a City Harvest member, no compulsion, but if you are part of us, part of family, I want to encourage you strongly to be part of us, part of this Arise and Build. Amen? Yeah. Because it's a privilege to build a house of God. No. So now personally, okay, now one of the most meaningful and greatest purpose in our life is able to be planted in a house. Correct? Now that you are in a house of God, you can contribute to God's plan. You can build a fitness center. It promotes healthy living. Maybe you say, oh, I'll build a gym or something like that. It promotes healthy living and probably it fosters friendship. You go to the gym together. You can build a school. It educates the next generation. You teach them to discipline themselves, equip them to face society. You can own a restaurant. You feed people with delicious food. You can own a hospital. It provides medical care. You can build a business. It provides finances and employment. Or we can go all the way to build a government that provides security and public social orders. But when you build a church, it is where people find God, the living God, the Creator. It is where they find a real purpose and meaning in life. Whether to work in a gym, school, hospital, businesses, government, or any organization, church is where God reveals His love and plan for all mankind.
Amen.
It is where we find hope and eternal
That's
life.
right.
That's why church is important.